Hello, guys, and good afternoon. Myself, Haroon, and I am the student of Northeast Forest University. I am going to start this series. This is totally about genetics and breeding because I am doing my master degree in genetics and breeding. You guys find all of things about genetics and breeding in this series. What is genetics and what is breeding? So you can guys all of things find this series. I am also request all of you if you have any question about genetics and breeding, you can ask me in my comments below comments, and also I'm going to share my email ID in my description box. You can contact with me if you want to record your lecture about genetics and breeding. So you can contact with me. I arrange a Zoom meeting with you, and you can record a lecture about genetics and breeding, and then we will share it on my YouTube channel. So, guys, today is our first lecture, and in the last of our lecture, every last of our lecture, you can see a summary of our lecture in a video form, which is very important. You can see our lecture is in a one video, which is very important. You need all of you need to also see this video. So I'm going to start my first lecture. Here I'm going to share my screen. So share screen. So this is our first lecture. See first lecture. Okay. Yes, genetics and breeding. So in this lecture, we will discuss about genetics and breeding. What is genetics? What is breeding? And what's going on in genetics and breeding? What is this? So here I am going to start with the PPT form. Sure. Yes. So guys, this is the contents what we are going to discuss today. This is all about contents. You can see we are discuss about what we are going to discuss in today our first lecture. So this is our content. You can see here what is our content. I can share. Just wait a second. I'm so sorry. Things I need to do this. Yes. So genetics. What is genetics? We will discuss today what is genetics, historical development of genetics, and the importance of genetics and modern biology and agriculture. So, what is uh, uh, what is genetics? Here we can discuss what is genetics. Yes, what is genetics? Genetics is basically is the study of genes. What is going on with these genes? What will happen with these genes? Genetics is basically the study of genes, heredity, and the evolution of organisms. Yes, it's the study of genes and heredity, how the characteristics are transferred from parents to offspring, and the variations, how the variations occurs in organisms. This is all about genetics. It explores how traits are passed from one generation to another and investigates the molecular mechanisms that underlie inheritance. In essence, genetics seeks to understand the principle governing the transmission of genetic information and the role of genes in determining an organism characteristics. What is the role of gene in our life? What is the role of gene in plants? What is the role of gene in organisms, in animals? So this is the genes. This is the genetics. We will study the genetics. We will study the genes. We will study how these are characteristics are transferred from one parents to offspring. We will study all about this. So this is genetics, and also you can see here, genetics is also a parents, how the characteristics are transferred from parents. You can see parents to offsprings. These characteristics, this is all are related to genes. Genetics encompasses the study how genes are passed from one parents to offsprings, the role of gene in determining organism characteristics, and the interaction between the gene and the environment. The field of study has significant implications for understanding and manipulating the genetic makeup of organisms, including humans. animals and plants, and how has important application in fields such as medicine, agriculture, and biotechnology. Yes, how the characteristics are transferred from parents to our offspring, how the genetics have application in medicine, agriculture, and biotechnology. Yes, guys, we all are about study about this genetics in our next series. So this is the basically just concept of genetics. What is genetics? So here we will discuss historical development of genetics, how the development, historical development, who uh, discovered the genetics basically. Historical development of genetics. All of guys, you know, father of genetics. Who's father of genetics? You know, father of genetics. Yes, George Mendel is the father of genetics in 1980s. In 1860s, Mendel conducted experiment on the plant and discovered the basic principle of heredity, including the concept of dominant and recessive traits. Yes, guys, this is the concept of dominant and recessive. Recently, all scientists are using this concept, dominant and recessive genes concept, and form a different things and form a different organism which are very beneficial for humans by the using of this concept, dominant and recessive trait. His work is the foundation for the modern study of genetics, and then we will discuss about in 20th century Thomas Hunt, Morgan, and Alfred Stern also, they work on genetics. Further, our understanding of genetics, particularly in relation the role of chromosomes in inheritance. Yes, what is the role of chromosomes in inheritance? So, Thomas Hunt, Morgan, and Alfred Stern is discovered what is the role of chromosome in inheritance, relationship between the chromosome and heredity. So, we will also study about what is chromosome. We will study all about this series. What is chromosome and what is the law of Mendel's? In our next lectures, we will discuss in our next series. We will discuss all about this. So here is another innovations about development history. All of guys who knows what is DNA, double helix molecules DNA. So DNA by James Watson and Francis Crick in 1953. They discovered DNA. So, guys, we will discuss in our next lectures, next series, what is DNA? Yes, because this is very, very important in genetics and breeding. So, this breakthrough laid the groundwork for the study of molecular genetics, which focus on the structure and the foundation of genes at the molecular level. So, guys, this is the historical development of genetics, and now we will discuss about the importance of genetics in modern science. So, what is the importance? You know, understanding of disease, how the scientists understand the disease by genetics. Yes, you know, some diseases are transferred from parents to offspring. How? How the genes, how these diseases are transferred from parents to offspring? Yes, because this is of genes. Because in parents have genes, and these genes are transferred from parents to their children, their offspring, and then these diseases are transferred from parents to offspring. So, guys, so how we can control this disease? Yes, we can control. We can alter the gene, alter the target gene which are transferred this disease from parents to offspring. So how we can alter this gene? We will study about this evolutionary history, how the organism evolved. We will study the genes and we will study the evolutionary history of this organism, agriculture applications. All of you know the production of wheat, the production of rice, the production of maize. How increase? How increase? Yes, because of genetics, because of breeding, gene therapy. All of you know gene therapy, biotechnologies. All of you know the scientific use the genes, use the different techniques, and makes a very good things which are very beneficial for humans and forensic science. All of you know we will use a fingerprint because this is the genes, and we will also some criminal record and some criminal finding. We use forensic science. This is also a role of gene. So, guys, this is the genetic fundamental aspect of modern science. How genes, how genetics play their important role in modern science. So this is our first lecture, and now we will summarize this lecture in our a simple 3 minutes video. You need to know. You need to watch this video. I'm going to watch this video, guys. This is very important.
Have you ever wondered why you have your mom's eyes or your dad's smile? It all boils down to one thing: genetics.
Yeah.
This fascinating field of study delves into heredity and the variation of inherited characteristics. It's all about how traits like your dad's infectious laugh or your mom's curly hair get passed down from parents to offspring. These traits are a part of what makes you, you. Genetics is the key to understanding life's blueprint, but how did we get to this understanding? Our understanding of genetics didn't just appear overnight. It's a result of centuries of curiosity and investigation. To trace the history of genetics, we must go back to the mid-19th century, to a humble monastery in Brno, where a monk named Gregor Mendel was conducting experiments on pea plants. His meticulous work led to the discovery of dominant and recessive traits, forming the bedrock of genetic inheritance. However, the term gene wasn't coined until the early 20th century by Danish botanist Wilhelm Johansen. This marked an important milestone, giving a name to the units of heredity Mendel had discovered. In the mid-20th century, the baton was passed to a group of scientists: James Watson, Francis Crick, Rosalind Franklin, and Morris Wilkins. They embarked on a race to determine the structure of DNA, the molecule that houses genes. Franklin's X-ray crystallography images were crucial in revealing the double helix structure of DNA, a discovery that Watson and Crick would become famous for. This understanding of DNA structure opened up a world of possibilities. It allowed scientists to understand how genes are copied, how they can mutate, and how they instruct cells to build proteins, the building blocks of life. From Mendel's humble pea plants to the double helix, the journey of genetic discovery has been a long and winding one. These breakthroughs set the stage for the genetic revolution we're experiencing today. Today, genetics is not just about understanding why we look the way we do. It has far-reaching implications in many fields. In the medical field, genetics has opened doors to revolutionary treatments, such as gene therapy, where scientists can actually modify genes to treat or prevent diseases. Then there's personalized medicine, which tailors treatment to a patient's genetic makeup, making it more effective and reducing side effects. In forensics, DNA fingerprinting has become a cornerstone. It allows law enforcement to identify individuals with incredible accuracy, solving crimes and exonerating the innocent. And let's not forget agriculture. Genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, are created by altering the genes of plants and animals to produce desirable traits. This has led to crops that are more resistant to pests, diseases, and harsh weather conditions, ensuring food security for millions. So, the next time you look in the mirror, remember that you're looking at the culmination of centuries of genetic research and discovery.
So guys, this is all about our today lectures. If you have any questions about today lectures, if you want to share your ideas, if you want to share something about genetics and building, you can contact with me. This is my email ID, haroon@123@gmail.com. I am also sharing this ID in my description box. So if you have any question, you can also ask me in my comments box. And if you have any things about now the genetics, you can also ask me. So if you have any question, you can ask. So this is the end of our lectures. Hope you guys enjoy these lectures, and if you enjoy this lecture, you will please likes and comments and share. So